Welcome back to another episode of Battletech. So after we leveled up our crew from last time, we have one mech warrior out of action for a few weeks, but that does give us some opportunity to level up our spare mech warrior. So that's what we're going to do in this one. We're going to do another fairly easy mission. Well, the plan will be to do another fairly easy mission. We've still got a few repairs to make on a lot of our other mechs, so we'll do another training wheel session where one of our mech warriors takes out one of our mechs with three trainees that are given to us. Looks like this is very much the same as the first mission we did in the last episode, where we have a commando, a panther, and an urban mech. We're going to bring my commando with us. I would bring the urban mech, it's just really slow. It's really slow, it hits hard, but it just doesn't allow you to get sort of in the face of anything that you want immediately. Initiated. So as we land on this mission, we're going to scout forward. We're probably going to leave the urban mech behind a little bit. It'll catch up when we start getting into combat, but we need to move sort of the panther and the commandos up a little bit quicker, as they will be the ones that are going to be able to scout the enemies. So we've got an attacker a base here. So it looks like we've got some turret positions that we can see. Not sure what type of turret they are at the moment, but we can absolutely see that we've got some turrets to fight. Thankfully they're not that far off, so we should be able to get the urban mech in place. And again, providing it hits things, should mean things die quite quickly. We do have some defensive mechs coming in. They're a little way off, so we should be able to take down most of these turrets before they get to us. So we can fight one group of enemies at a time.
I'm there.
So we'll just keep bringing these up, keep sprinting for this turn. And then next turn we should be able to start taking some shots at them. Thankfully, because they're turrets, they generally go last in the initiative order. So we'll move the commandos up. They're fairly close range combatants, the way they've got them set up. They're just standard loadouts. So they've got some SRMs and a medium laser. So we need them fairly close, but this should do an okay amount of damage. So it's taking all that armour out.
Waiting for orders.
And we can just rinse and repeat. So we've got the urban mech, so we're going to try and snipe something we haven't hit before. Put them on a bit of a hill. We've got that line of sight.
Taking the shot.
And that was terrible.
Negative damage. Repeat.
That was
Negative
absolutely
damage.
terrible.
Ready for orders.
This game also has that sort of
Moving to
if
position.
anyone's ever played XCOM, the whole, you've got a 90% chance to hit. Whiffs massively vibe to it at times. But that was a terrible shot from the urban mech.
That turret is gone.
So one turret down, we've got
What's up, boss?
at least 3 others that I think we're aware of so
On the
far.
move.
We'll bring the commandos up. Hopefully if everything hits, this should die fairly well. There we go. Nice alpha strike on that one.
Reporting. Turret eliminated. Hot damn, let's do this.
We don't have the enemy mechs coming just
Standing
yet,
by.
but we'll probably get them as soon as we enter the capture zone. I don't want to
Rolling.
do that just yet, so we're going to skirt around the capture zone while we just take out the rest of these turrets. The capture zone is sort of on a lake, so I can't really get round behind it. I can only sort of go one way in. But we could use that to our advantage. things like the urban mech can shoot across the water with the decent range that it's got. But as long as we don't trigger going into the capture zone, we should be okay to just take down the turrets. You know, be a little bit calm about it. We don't need to trigger, you know, counterattacks any quicker than we really have to.
Bon appetit.
We'll try and take this sniper turret down in one. Don't quite get it. That's fine. We may take a few hits from the turrets at the end of this round, but we should be okay. We should survive it.
I'm here.
We'll easily survive it. The turrets won't be able to take us down that quickly.
Onward.
I mean, this PPC, providing it hits, will absolutely demolish that turret.
Target confirmed. One less turret. Receiving you.
So that's the turrets down. We've now got the two defending mechs coming in, or at least the one defending mech that we can see. There is likely to be two for this. You don't generally see a huge amount of like single mechs. But we're going to wait. We're going to bide our time. We're going to bring the urban mech up just because it needs to get into the fight at some point.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Yes, Commander.
So we know we can see one, and we can get a line of sight on it from the edge of this little peninsula. So we'll take the commando, find out what it is. Okay, so it's the last turret that we can see on there. Almost killed it. That was unfortunate that we missed one.
I'm ready.
One missile. But now we've got that in there. We're going to go for the capture zone. Just get that done. We should be able to then just finish this off.
Welcome to my house.
So all we've got left are the defending mechs that are coming in on us. So we've got one coming in there. We can't quite see what it is. Here comes the second. So they're moving in initiative 4, so we know that they're light mechs. Certainly at this point in time, they're only ever going to be light mechs, because we're not going to be facing mech warriors with the amount of skills that can improve their initiative in heavier mechs. Later on down the road, it'll be a little bit tougher to tell. So we've got an enemy commando here. The enemy commando is equipped with a large laser. So he's slightly differently equipped to my two. Hopefully we can get this urban mech in there, because he should have an alright line of sight. Doesn't have a very good chance to hit though. I think this might be a just shoot and hope type situation. This urban mech has not been the greatest of things in the world to hit, and it completely misses again. Yeah, urban mechs. Don't get me wrong, I've seen them be really good. I've used them, and they've absolutely smashed something straight off the bat, but sometimes they are just terrible.
Waiting for orders.
So we've got Commando and a Locust. We probably want to be a little bit closer with the two Commandos and leave the Panther
On my way.
sort of mid-range with its PPC. We'll just let the urban mech do what the urban mech does. So the percentages aren't great for this one, but we're going to try and do a cool shot. Just go for his legs. We don't get great hits on it, but we've put a little damage down to it. So this is where that peninsula is run out of movement. We can't walk into the deep water. So what we really want to do, we need to get our mechs engaged, certainly the commando needs to be at a bit shorter range than what we're sort of engaging from there. So we'll use a sprint, just sort of cover most of that distance, but we'll use it in order to sort of try and get enough of it. I'm trying to see where's best to hit it from. I mean, I can hit things from there, but the chances aren't great.
Position confirmed.
So we'll move ourselves along. We may be able to take a cheeky little hit with the SRMs. It's not going to do much damage. We just don't have the... we're just a little bit out of range.
Locking up.
So I think we got 2 hits for both those SRMs, but the rest of them just hit the buildings in front of us. I should have sprinted like I wanted to at the start, but... Okay, so there's medium laser, large laser, and there's some SRMs on that. I mean, if we get close enough to that commando, the large laser's going to sort of effectively just not be ideal. So we're going to jump in. We're going to try and do something with the urban mech. Make it worth it. Don't really have the percentages to hit, but we will but keep trying with it. One day it'll hit and it'll be fantastic. There we go.
Critical hit, Commander.
Immediately destroys the right arm. Exposes the structure.
It will be done.
Finally we get a good hit on it. Now, just trying to think of what to do with this commando, because he's a little bit exposed, because he's on his own up there. But I think in order to take these down, I need to sort of take the initiative on it. So we're going to try and get that locust sorted out. We're going to try and alpha strike it with a short range. Not great.
I'm receiving you. Affirmative.
We can now bring the other commando into decent engagement range as well. I mean, all of those enemy mechs will probably go for my commando in the front there, just because it is the easiest target. But we've destroyed the right and we've injured the pilot of that locust, so that's positive. That's a good outcome. We can leave.
Acknowledged.
We can leave this Panther over the water, because that PPC is a very good long-range weapon. So we've just caught that locust from range. So now all we've got to deal with is the commando. So we knew that was going to happen. We knew that my commando was going to take the hits from it. That's fine. I should really move in this aspect, even if I just jump backwards a little bit just to get some evasion pips, but I choose to fire instead.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see what the urban mech can do. Can it finally do something useful again? Who knows? Yes it can. So it's taking out the left arm, so that'll probably weaken its... it'll probably take off one of the lasers, I'm guessing.
Good to go.
So we now bring the commando up for another bit of close range support for mine. It'll allow a bit of the fire to be shared with it. Got plenty of morale, so we might as well do cooled shots. I'm not really trying to go for salvage on this. I didn't pick the option for a lot of salvage, so I'm not too worried about it. But if we can get him knocked down, we can get 3 cooled shots from them.
Firing all weapons.
We get the PPC in there. He's really unstable. We just don't have enough to knock him down, unfortunately.
I'm receiving you. Affirmative.
So we have destroyed the left, we've injured the pilot. Hopefully
Target's taking a
we
critical
can
hit.
also get him knocked down. There we go. We should give another injury. So we only need to injure that pilot once more, and that's his
I'm
3
here.
injuries and he's out. Because these pilots aren't the greatest at this level. So we do get a free called shot with the urban mech. And there we go. The urban mech does actually finish that off and be useful, coring that commando. Since we've all enemies are down, we can just immediately drop. We don't need to go to a drop zone. And let's get our commando repaired. And all of our other mechs repaired, because our Lance is not in the greatest of shapes at the moment. So the amount of salvage we got, I didn't really need to think about what I was picking. We were going to get it all anyway. So as you can see, sort of the Blackjack, Vindicator, Spider are all in repairs. But we've got a bit of money, so let's see if we can do any ship upgrades. We already start with a few of them. So increase the barracks. We don't really need at the moment. The lounge would be nice to give me sort of +1 morale. Because at the moment our morale's on sort of mid-level. And the more morale you've got, the more sort of cooled shots and those abilities that you can do. The repair scaffolding, also a good choice because it should speed up the repairs from our mech bay. I think at the moment we're just going to save our money because we do have a lot of repairs coming out. We do want to start looking at ship upgrades sort of fairly soon, but the missions we're doing, they're not because they're really low level, they're not the most sort of paid for upgrades. So while we set them to repair, we do have a look at our urban mech, see if we can do anything with it. There isn't an awful lot you can do with an urban mech, to be honest. Ideally, I'd want to make it faster, but the only sort of real way that you can do that is just by adding more jump jets, and it doesn't really have the tonnage to be able to do that unless I downgrade the AC-10. But the AC-10 is sort of really the only thing it's got going for it. If I could put a smaller sort of gun on there, but you know, when you downgrade that gun, you've got to think, is it really worth it? No, probably not.
Commander?
So ray gun's still out of action, but we can level up the ones that,
Mech Warrior training complete.
we can level up the others, and then we can see what other contracts we've got. I mean, we're not going to be able to do a huge amount because we do have the majority of our Lance under repairs at the moment, but we can see what we've got out there. Even if we have to sort of skip time and then come back to one, we can at least see what contracts we've got on offer, see what money they're going to give us. So when looking at the contracts, it'll always give you the max amount of money. So you've always got to take that as more of an indicator of the more money that shows, the more money you're likely to get, but you're never going to, unless you sort of don't want any of the salvage, you're never going to get those funds. Event pops up. So you've got some mech parts that have fallen off the back of a truck. Do we want them? Yes, of course we do. If we're going to get, potentially get a brand new mech because it's fallen off the back of a truck, I'll absolutely take that any day of the week. My Lance is pretty weak at the moment. So we've got ourselves a brand new mech, a Vulcan. We've got a Coil M energy weapon. and we've got an LB5X ballistic weapon. The Vulcan, I'm a bit in two minds of it. It's a very melee focused mech, very support weapon focused mech. But I think we can make quite good use of it. Previously, when I've played this, I've been very much like keep at range, kill them from range. But you know, melee mechs might be quite fun if it's fairly fast. If it's as fast as it seems on paper, I think we should be able to sort of get in the mix real quick and cause some problems to some of those enemies. So we've got the mechs repaired. I'm still injured, but we can at least take on at least another one of these smaller missions. So we'll do another 2-star because we're not going to go in with the greatest of mechs in the world. We'll leave that default because again the salvage we're going to get from these missions is never going to be the greatest of mechs. We're going to bring the Vulcan in. It's got a lot of support weapons. It does have an AC on it. So it's got a long range option and really short range options. We'll probably tweak that later on, but we'll give it a test for now. We'll test it out. We will bring the Vindicator with us. The Vindicator is a good mech. We'll probably bring the Blackjack with us and the Spider just to give us a hell of a lot more tonnage than we need for this mission. The Spider is always going to be my go-to scout at the moment until I get something better. It's squishy, but it's at least fast. And I need to get that tactics mech. I need to get him leveled up so I can get him the sensor lock ability. Because once I've got the sensor lock ability, I don't really care about the scout having weaponry. It's nice, and it's a good little addition if I can get behind them and sort of strike a rear of a mech, but it would be a lot better if I could sensor lock remove those evasion pips for them. So on to the next mission. We've got to capture the base, but we've got an enemy lance in the surrounding area, so
This place just one big iceberg, ain't it?
we have actually landed in a pretty good position because we can send our scout along this cliff edge and kind of get an overview position of where they are. So we found our first enemy mech there. I can't see what it is yet, it's still a bit too far away. But I can leave my scout up there for the time being.
Orders.
I can also probably put the Blackjack up there as more of a sniper role and keep him out of trouble. The Vulcan is really fast, so we're going to send him down. And again, given the Vulcan has the CQC suite as a mod for it, we want to get him into close range as quick as possible. The Vulcan also pretty good looking mech.
Confirmed.
So we're just going to push the Spider further up this ridge.
Roger that,
Keep
Commander.
our front to the enemies, because again, we don't want any surprises. So keep eyes peeled for reinforcements. So we're probably going to get some reinforcements come up as soon as we sort of take that.
You need to secure the area before you can proceed.
And we've got another mech coming in as well. So that's... oh, it's a Jenna. The question is, what sort of Jenna is it? Oh, hang on. There's a PPC somewhere.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
There's another mech over there that...
Receiving you.
there's a PPC on me. And the Vulcan isn't hugely armoured at the moment because it's fresh out of the box. So the Jenner should be pretty good. It's got medium lasers and some SRMs. Hopefully if we can build up the heat in it,
Commander?
we can effectively get it to overheat and have the structural damage for itself. So I think we'll continue using the Blackjack as a sniper. It's got the AC2s, which have very good range on it. Providing we hit. I've lost the Jenner in the trees. There it is. So we've got 80% chance.
Here it comes.
Okay, so good hits on that.
Ready to rock.
Now we can bring the Vindicator up.
Copy
Make
that,
use of
Commander.
that PPC. I tend to focus fire as much as I can on getting specific mechs out of the way. So we've actually knocked that Jenner down, so that pilot's injured. That's good. Although the Jenner will likely get up before I can shoot it again, so I'm probably not going to get many cooled shots on it, if any.
Skipper?
So now we've got our Spider, we can actually now that they've moved up, we can actually jump down and get
Roger
behind
that,
them.
Commander.
Like I say, the Spider's never going to be like a DPS powerhouse. I mean, we don't have a good chance to hit. But we get a decent hit off. Okay, so the Panther's the thing with PPC. Thankfully, it missed the Vulcan the second time. That would have
That
been
shot went internal.
problematic, but it has come forward,
Reporting.
so it is helping me out. It is just getting closer and closer to me. So here's where we can jump. We can get behind it, and then we can sort of bring all of those support weapons to bear. The Flamer's not going to be greatly effective on this environment, because again, we're a snowy environment. But we do take his structure out.
Critical hit.
If I can keep that Vulcan on its rear. Again, the Jenner gets up, so we're not going to have any cooled shots on him. And again, because we've destroyed the right arm of it as well, got less weapons to fire at us. So we may be able to just continue taking pot shots at it. So if we can do a cooled shot on its other leg, knock it
Locked on
over.
target.
Ooh. We do get some good connections. We don't manage to knock it over just yet, though. So we want to keep the Vindicator moving, because the Vindicator is in the mix with all of the
I'm
enemies.
there.
So the only thing that's sort of really threatening the Blackjack at the moment is that Panther. The
Let's
Panther's
see
got
what you
bigger
got.
problems to deal with. So we just injured the pilot by taking out the
That is something good.
right side. So one more injury and that Jenner pilot's out. Again, not hugely worried about a Jenner at the moment. I would replace the Spider with a Jenner, but I need to find the right model
What's your
Jenner.
order, Skipper?
This one's an energy weapon Jenner. There are ones out there with a lot more missiles. So if I can get a Jenner with a lot of missile hardpoints, I think that's probably what I'd use. Just because you can load it up with a load of SRMs, and if you then jump around behind them, that's a nice good bit of damage.
I'm on him.
Because again, the Scout's primary role isn't necessarily there to deal damage, but in the opportune moments you want it to be able to hit, and hit as hard as possible. So that Panther's just tried to PPC my Spider, but didn't have line of sight, which... silly Panther. So we could death from above from that. That will probably do a bit more damage than I would like to do. But it might be worth it because the Jenna is quite low.
Moving to position.
But we are just going to melee in on him. And boom. Right arm destroyed. Or left arm, I should say, destroyed. We still haven't taken him out though, but I'm pretty sure I've taken out all of its weapons. Maybe he's got something. No, he's still got lasers.
Getting banged up real good here. I'm receiving you.
So we probably want to start bringing the blackjack down. We've done a lot of damage, but we really need to get one of these things killed as soon as we can. So if I can try and take out that Jenna, or
Punching all the buttons.
okay, we'll go for the Jenna. We'll do a full alpha strike on it. So we've got the right arm. Pilot's injured. Oh, there's two Jennas.
Critical hit.
I hadn't noticed that. That would be why. Why there was one with additional lasers. So we've still got the spider.
Lifting
We're
off.
probably going to jump with the Vindicator and try and just get behind them. Because again, we want to keep focusing on that injured side. We've destroyed the right leg of this one, so this one's going down. So we've got another Jenna down.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
And we've probably taken a wee bit too long killing these small little mechs. But thankfully they're fairly far away, so they're not gonna cause me any problems
Ready to rock.
this turn. But next turn I need to be killing these things. So we're gonna bring the spider in
I'm rolling.
into melee range on this Jenna,
Engaging
on its
target.
weak side. There we go. Gored it. One Jenna down.
Bye-bye.
So the Panther's going to continue running away from my Vulcan. That's fine. Ah, we've got two enemies coming in. Still don't know what we've got yet. Spider's a bit too far away to truly do the scouting. But we might as well melee this guy.
Move order confirmed.
We'll get round to his rear to do it, just so that we are
Physical attack.
keeping good armor, and immediately caught the Panther. So that's probably the, until I know what else is coming in, that's probably the biggest threat down. So again, that Jenna's going to get up. We're not going to get the benefit of the called shots, but then again, it is a scout. And I've only got one scout-based sort of vehicle on it. Really wants to kill that Vindicator. It's not going to happen with the amount of weapons it's got. But the Vindicator and the Blackjack will be able to make short work of that Jenna.
Moving to position.
So we may as well just do a cold shot, try and take his other leg out. We'll probably end up coring it. No, we don't. Oh! We do manage to kill...
Hope we can stop.
Okay, so we killed its left side armour, and that explosion injured the pilot. So that Jenna is out. Out for the count. And between those two, in theory, we should have a full Jenna
Copy that.
ready and waiting. But it's a should I get lucky on the rolls, because I didn't pick a lot of guaranteed salvage for this. We'll still get salvage, but it'll be luck of the draw onto what bits of salvage that I get.
Yup.
So we're going to keep sprinting with our spider, keep scouting it out, try and get him into cover in the trees, because we want to know what we're fighting, but we don't necessarily want to engage just yet. We want them to come into us. So we're just going to move ourselves into cover, defend, let them come to us. So we know we've got another Jenner coming in. Okay, this Jenner's got at least a medium laser on it. You can also tell which lasers are which by the colour they are. Medium lasers are green, large lasers are blue, and I think small lasers are red. I might be wrong on the small lasers, but the green and the blue are the primary ones that you need. So we're going to try and take some real long shots with the blackjack. We don't really do anything, but we do take some invasion pips off him. Given that the blackjack's at extreme range anyway, that's fine.
Awaiting orders.
But we can bring that Vulcan in. I'm going to try and use the Vulcan as aggressively as possible. It is, you know, a close range melee weapon, basically. So I'm going to try and keep it alive, but be as aggressive as possible. So we are out of flamer ammo, which is a bit of a shame. But because we do have the AC2 on it, we can do a little bit of a longer range strike while we're getting into position. So this in theory now should just be a case of mopping up these last three. I saw one in the background. So we've got a Jenner, we've got a Galleon, we've got another thing there. So we've got two vehicles, 2 tanks, and a Jenner.
Copy that.
I mean, the tanks will be nice and easy. We can just stomp on them. We just need to make sure they don't do too much damage in the meantime. But that tank has some LRMs on it. So that was indirect fire on my Spider from range. So that's gotta be LRMs. That tank's got some form of laser on it.
Confirmed.
So I think we wanna take the Spider up as close as we can. So we do have a drop zone there, so we probably don't want to necessarily stand in that, just in case we get squished. We probably won't over nothing, but at least I can move the Spider up, get the melee, clears that tank out. Plus, I should now be able to see what that other contact is. And it's contact with LRMs, so I am intrigued as to what that is, because I do like a missile bow in this game, and I don't have one yet, which is sad times. So we're going to move the blackjack up. It's got line of sight on everyone from there. I think we probably want to keep just targeting the mechs, so we'll try and get this. Lovely. Jenner's down. So we've still got 2 vehicles, and
I'm catching some serious shit here,
looks
Commander.
like we may just have 2 vehicles left. Because it looks like that other contact in the vac was just a vehicle. So I can't get into melee range with the Vulcan on that, so we'll get as close as we can and just pepper him. We don't have the flamer, and the machine guns aren't really going to do an awful lot of damage. And we're way too close for the AC2 there. But we're in a good spot to then, you know, should they survive, melee them later. I mean, you will note at the moment I have not taken the capture point at the moment. So I'm gonna end up having killed all these things and not taking the capture point. So I will need to remember to do that before I can complete this mission.
Destroyed.
But we do have 1 enemy left.
Orders.
And I might as well try and step on this one. Lovely. All enemies down. Evacs coming in. However, I have not occupied the pirate base. Thankfully, I've got some speedy mechs.
Confirmed.
So I can get well, I would be able to get my spider in there, but you just can't jump that far. So, annoyingly, this is going to take more than a turn. I think we'll probably take the Vulcan up there as well. We'll move the Blackjack into range so we can just like jump on board. Not that I need to.
Yep.
But we'll get that into the capture zone, get the mission done, and that will be it for this episode. So thank you all for watching. Remember, if you like this video, like this series, please remember to like and subscribe, add a comment of your favourite mechs if you've got them. And yeah, we'll finish this mission off, get back to the ship, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching and have a good day.